All right, what's up everybody? It's an early night. Hope you all are well. We're gonna be on for about an hour and a half. I do have an event to attend tonight, so we're gonna be on a little bit early. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. So if you could hear me and if we're streaming in 1080p, in addition to the DVR being able to rewind, just go ahead and give us a thumbs up in the chat and we'll get started here in a moment. All right, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. So good evening and welcome back to Walks on Wall Street. Today is Friday, February 9th, 2024. It is 6:51 p.m. Eastern Time here in New York City. We're gonna be on a little bit early tonight because I do have an event to attend to at 8 p.m., but I will be back normal, regular schedule tomorrow. A few things to talk about. I mean, this is probably one of the strongest bull markets I've ever seen. Once again, the S&P 500 closing at a brand new all-time record high today, and this is the first time in history. Okay, the first time in history that the S&P 500 closed above the 5,000 mark. So today, the cash close, the print was 5,026.62. For all of those who know Jesse Livermore, we talk about those big round numbers. Here's actually Jesse Livermore right here at the Sherry Netherland Hotel. I mean, this market is just so strong. Yet again, new all-time record high territory for the market. And just for some context, we broke out into new high territory on January 19th of 2024. That was a Friday. And since that breakout, we've essentially been totally up and out. About a 222 point move, or about 5%. And the market's getting a little bit extended here. And that's what usually happens, right? If you look at the 50-day moving average, the 50-day on the S&P is 47.72. Okay, we have about like 6% extension above the 50. Usually when we get into that range of 7 to 10, you're probably going to see a pullback. So this market will probably run to like 5,100, maybe 5,150 before pulling back. And that could potentially be another good re-entry. So the bulls are definitely running on Wall Street. This is go time. I mean, if it's ever been go time. All right, let's look at cnbc.com/bonds. Let's take a look at the bond market. Today, we'll take a look at the most watched spread between the 10 and the 2s. 10-year U.S. Treasury is at 4.177%, and the 2-year Treasury is at 4.48%. Now, if we look at the 30-year fixed rate mortgage, according to bankrate.com, if my computer would load. According to bankrate.com, the average on a 30-year fixed is 7.16%. However, I've been seeing the vast majority of my clients mid-5s to low 6s, depending on credit quality, depending on the different promotions different banks are running. So, if you really think about it, historically, right, on a historical basis, we're still living in a pretty low interest rate environment, right? I think us millennials, Gen Z, have been pretty spoiled with artificially low interest rates. So on a historical basis, even a 6.5% 30-year fixed is still pretty low, right? It's still historically low here. Before we get started, just a quick reminder to everybody. Last Thursday, I did send out our free investing newsletter called Behind the Street. If you want to sign up to receive all of our free research every other Thursday after the market closes, you can go ahead and scan the QR code on your screen, punch in your email, and you will have access to our Substack where we publish bi-weekly. Okay? I'll quickly take you behind the desk here, just because I want to point out something. This is a daily time frame of the S&P 500. Right here is the COVID crash of 2020, and this was that massive monetary and fiscal stimulus-induced bull market, and then we went into about a year and a half laggard bear. So there's a lot of comparison on Wall Street saying that, this is a very frothy bull market. We're kind of in a blow-off top cycle right now, similar to the 2000 dot-com bubble. But markets don't work like that. You don't have a year and a half consolidation and break out 5% to new all-time record highs, and that's a blow-off top. In my view, right, this isn't advice. We're just sort of talking about markets. This is the beginning of a secular bull, right? This is go time. So I expect the markets to perform fairly well. I mean, you're coming out of a monster cup with handle correction here. Fundamentals seem great. There's a ton of bears on Wall Street still, which is exactly what you want to see. You don't want to see a lot of people being bullish in this rally. There's a lot of skeptics, right, sort of talking the rally down. And we know that because we could look at the money market accounts. $6.5 trillion in money markets. That's $6.5 trillion in liquidity on the sidelines, right? So should you have a sizable correction or a pullback, I mean, that's a lot of firepower on the sidelines ready to be redeployed into the market. All right, that's all I got. Let's kind of take it easy tonight. It's been a long week. It's been a very successful week. Deals are working, things are going good, the weather's great. So let's just take a quick walk around for an hour and a half. We will have a chat. So if you guys give me a moment, I'll close the laptop, I'll say hello to everybody in the chat, and we'll get started. Happy Friday and welcome to Midtown Manhattan, right across the street from the Plaza Hotel. All right, let's see what we got. Hey, Esmeralda is here. Good to see you. Our good friend Hawaii. Welcome, welcome. 79 Frank, good to see you. JP on tour. Thanks so much. Esmeralda, the Mighty Bull. D, Lance is here. Teresa Diaz, Dan Sang. Welcome, welcome. DM, thanks for joining. Lee is here. Cindy Foley, photos from around New York. And the other Lee is here. What's up? Thanks so much. Noah, hope you're well. Hope you had a successful week at work. And let's kick this off. All right. I know Evan Weeks has been a long, exhausting week. Let's keep it light tonight. Yes. Yeah, I'm shot. But that's good news. I mean, I'll never complain about being busy, right? Busy is good, mystic outlook on life. And things are good. So we just got to keep working, keep being diligent, and focus on what we got to focus on. Now, I think we talked about this building a million times. This is 5 East 59th Street. This just sold in foreclosure auction for, I believe, $23 million. That's a steal. It's a great location. It's a great building. And, you know, when I was modeling this deal, apparently on the entire facade, there's like, you can build this see-through kind of like holographic advertisement. And we were modeling it to where it would bring in about $900,000 in revenue a year just from the digital advertising on the facade. So we didn't get that deal, but I think whoever bought it is going to do really well. I mean, this is New York City. This is probably one of the greatest locations in the entire city. Right on 5th Avenue, right at Central Park South, right across the street from the Plaza Hotel, Sherry Netherland, the flagship Apple store, so you're gonna have tons of traffic. I think the city's gonna come back in a major way. And the good news is that we're gonna get a lot of new product, a lot of new and improved product for both commercial and residential, where the numbers will actually be able to work for investors and landlords. So we'll see what happens. Daryl's here, what's up? It says, good evening, Tom, from the suburbs of Chicago, Illinois. Well, welcome. Welcome to New York City's 5th Avenue. Beautiful night. It was a beautiful day today. It was about 52 degrees Fahrenheit in the city. Just an amazing day today. Really, really stunning day for once. This is the middle of February, but it doesn't really feel like it at all. It kind of feels like spring. It's like an April kind of day today. Anyway, I don't know, what's up with you guys? Anything exciting, anything new? I love how they made the Vision Pro specs on there. Now, as promised, I'm not sure if you saw this. I believe this was yesterday. I went inside the flagship Apple store right around 3 p.m. We wanted to do, you know, a little bit of anecdotal data again to see how many shoppers or customers were inside the flagship 5th Avenue Apple store purchasing the Vision Pro during the day. And I posted that video on my Twitter. You can follow us over there at Walks Wall Street. And it was pretty packed. I mean, 3 o'clock, middle of the day. This was a Thursday. There were tons of patrons in here buying this thing. So for some context, every time we walk in here at 10 p.m., there's people buying this thing, like 20, 30 people at a clip. And during the middle of the day, it was the same exact traffic volume. So I don't think it's unreasonable to think that Apple could potentially sell 2.5 million of these things in 2025. I would not be surprised at all. I think a lot of people are severely underestimating the power and the marketing of Apple, honestly. The ABX girl is here. Thanks so much. ABX girl from the Bronx. Hopefully you're having a great start to your weekend. Happy Friday. I feel like the city is very electric tonight. I feel that Friday vibe, even though usually the weekends are more busy for me. Usually Monday, Tuesday is not busy. Saturday and Sunday, those are my busiest days. So I gotta be up early again. Alex, what's up? This is Evening Tom. Which broker dealer would you recommend for a self-directed brokerage account? JP Morgan, Fidelity, or Charles Schwab? I don't know legally if I'm allowed to give a recommendation on that, but I could tell you what I use. I use Charles Schwab and Interactive Brokers. So IBKR I use. The only thing that I would advise against, but again, I'm not allowed to advise, I would just stay away from a lot of the discount. And I understand that Charles Schwab, right, technically discount broker, but I'm talking about like the discount of the discounts, like the bottom of the barrel, like Robinhood, all those. I would really stay away from all that. I think there's going to be some issues there potentially. So reputable brokers, you know, like Fidelity, they've been around forever. Charles Schwab, Interactive Brokers. I feel, you know, comfortable keeping my funds there. I just don't feel comfortable with Robinhood or like anything like that in my view. But hey, Tom, Apple has very loyal fans like Chick-fil-A and Taylor Swift. It's an interesting comparison, right? But I think you're right. Yeah, Apple has like this cult-like following. I think you're 100% bang on. Now this is the Amar, just sold for like, was it 45 million or 50 million? It was a record sale, but just happened right here, right on the corner of Billionaires Row here. Have the Tiffany store, you have Trump Tower, you have Prada. And it's a very high trafficked location, usually in the winter. You know, not a lot of people walking around, but since tonight the climate is fairly reasonable, you have a lot of people. And this is the main entrance of Tiffany. John says, Tom, the Apple Vision Pro hasn't been released yet in Canada. Wow, I actually didn't know that. So I mean, think about all of the hype that it's building, right? If everybody sees, you know, all these advertisements, promotions, and even just content creators making all this content about the Vision Pro, like Casey Neistat, all that, and it hasn't even launched in Canada yet. I mean, I think that thing is going to really scream in a major way, in my view. But let's go inside Trump Tower for a moment. No particular reason, but might as well. Now this is mainly the entrance to the commercial space. So you have retail on the bottom. To the left, you have a lot of office space. And to the right, you have the bar. You have the bar and grill on the downstairs, and then you have a gift shop. But there's also residential units in the building. But that is going to be on the 56th Street entrance. This is the 5th Avenue entrance. So this, you have President of the United States official seal, Donald J. Trump. You have the Trump bar, which is a little bit ironic because I think Trump's claim to fame is he doesn't drink alcohol. But there's a bar here. And this is kind of the seating area. So what do you guys think? I think the inside's a little bit dated, right? It's kind of like an 80s vibe, but they do keep it spectacularly clean in here. Now, if you go around the other side, that is where you're gonna have sort of the main entrance to the residential. Now, Gucci's been a tenant here, I mean, ever since I've been a kid. I've been walking past this Gucci store. Here you have the main clock. Ha! Alex says the bar only serves Diet Coke and Adderall. Hilarious, hilarious. Capri is talking about the dangers of the light exposure for the Vision Pro. Well, here's what I think about it. Everybody's eyes are shot, right? Especially nowadays, we spend the majority of our time looking at computer screens. But I think in a few years, it's going to be a non-issue for a few reasons. LASIK or laser eye surgery is readily available. That can pretty much make your vision 20/20 overnight. And I even think blindness is going to be obsolete, in my view. I don't think you'll have a blindness problem throughout the world. I think it'll be totally curable with, new technologies like the Neuralink and the like. And a few weeks ago, Elon Musk and the folks at Neuralink actually announced that they had their first successful sort of surgery for the chip implant. And that's going to cure many things. It's going to cure blindness. It could make people talk again. It's going to be an amazing, amazing phenomenon. So now check out the amazing stained glass windows on this building. This used to be the old Frederick Fekkai, I believe it's called. This was like a big beauty and hair salon in the store. Now it's all vacant. This is all vacant retail and office space right on Fifth Avenue. It's like prime location. But for those of you who are just joining, today, Friday, the S&P 500 crossed and closed, right? So we've traded above and we've closed above the 5,000 mark on the S&P 500 for the first time in history as the bull market rages on. It's kind of wild, right? I mean, think about where the S&P 500 was during the depths of the COVID crisis. And now we're trading at the big 5,000 handle on the S&P. It's kind of crazy to see. Like just even, I took a screenshot. I tried to wait for the exact tick of 5,000.00. And I don't know, it's just like an amazing kind of number to see. Like that big round number, 5,000 on the S&P 500. Kind of cool. This is an interesting new development on the corner. East 54th Street and 5th. This is the new Mandarin Oriental residences. So if you like the Mandarin Oriental brand, you can actually buy the branded units right here. This is totally brand new, so the facade looks absolutely amazing. I can only imagine the views from there. Hey, Joel PM, what's up? This is Watch the Tucker / Putin interview, truth or propaganda, who knows? We briefly spoke about that yesterday, Joel, and my sort of thoughts on that, initial takeaways. The initial 30 minutes was very, very boring. I mean, I understand that, Putin wanted to give a history lesson to everybody, but I mean, he went back way too far in time. He's like, in 850, the year 850, Russia was this and that, and it's like, Tucker didn't even get a chance to get any words in, as Putin was really controlling and commanding the vast majority of the interview. But I don't know, I think I'll give it a second try. I got through like an hour and a half of it, and it was a little boring, honestly. This is the University Club right here, Landmarks in New York building. Sharon, what's up? This is Happy Friday, everybody. It's good to see you. Look at how stunning the roof on the University Club is, or I should say the ceiling. You have all those amazing crown moldings. Kind of looks like the Morgan Library in here. Now, I want to show you the backside of 53 West 53rd Street. Actually looks like a lot of the residences are home tonight. Usually this is one of those buildings that, even though there's a lot of owners, not a lot of occupiers. It's right next to the MoMA, Museum of Modern Art. You know, we were looking at this townhouse the other day. Look at how stunning it is. Look at this. Guys, look at the inside. Can you imagine this being your home? I can't even really fathom that, to be honest. Like, imagine coming from your office right on Park Avenue, and you're like, yeah, guys, you know, I'm just gonna head home now. Let me just head to my townhouse right off of 5th Avenue. Like, imagine I'm coming home from work, I go up the steps to my house, and then boom, this is me. Like, look at that spiral staircase in there. It's just incredible. Like, the amount of wealth in this city is so unbelievable. Incredible, right? Incredible. Like, this could be your front stoop. Amazing. You guys could scan the QR code if you want to see some photos of the listing. But this is the brokerage that I work for, Douglas Elliman. This isn't my listing, but it is the broker who I work for. An amazing, amazing property. Just amazing. Amazing. I think I almost prefer that style better to the, you know, being up in the air like 70 stories. What do you guys think? Would you prefer that townhouse right there, right, the whole thing? Or would you want, you know, a unit on the 56th floor of 53 West 53rd? Both are cool. I mean, the views up there is insane. You could see all the way to the George Washington Bridge. Pretty much panoramic views of the city. But I mean, that's like so rare to be able to say you have a townhouse right off of 5th Avenue in Midtown Manhattan. Amazing, right? Lynn, since you'd rather have the townhouse. Fair, fair. I think I'd probably say that townhouse too, because I'd probably build out a really cool library in there, like with all built-ins. Wow, almost every single person is saying the townhouse. I was not expecting that, actually. Was not expecting that at all. Wow, truth tellers is definitely the townhouse, more privacy, plus it's on your own. Huh, okay. I was not expecting those answers. So here it is. This is actually the back entrance of 53 West 53rd. Hey, Amano, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for your kind words. My pleasure. Now, the lobby of this building is really stunning. I'll see if I can get you guys a little bit closer. They don't really like filming at all, which I get because it's a very exclusive building. But it's stunning. You have parking here. Very quiet street. This is where that whole line of townhouses were. And then look, right as you come out, you can see 432 Park Avenue right here. So you can pretty much see all your neighbors on Billionaires Row. It's quite nice. Hey, Joseph Hardaway, what's up? Welcome to Midtown Manhattan. This is the Warwick Hotel. This is a nice Art Deco style hotel. You're not going to get the modern finishes in here, obviously. It's very, very classic New York. 65 West 54th Street. Really nice spot. Look at all these bikes. Hey, Terry Wallace, Tom, you live there in New York City. Do you feel safe? Yeah, of course. I mean, I walk around the city with a $1,000 phone in my hand for 2 hours every night at 10 o'clock at night. I feel pretty safe doing that, right? Now, granted, we're in Midtown Manhattan. This is big high rent district here. This is big money. The neighborhoods, the areas we walk around that I showcase the majority of the time on the live stream, this is where a lot of people work, right? This is New York City's Billionaires Row right here. This is the skinniest residential apartment building in the entire world. So there's virtually almost no crime here. The only crime you really see in Midtown Manhattan is on the subways, like petty crime, you know, theft, things like that. But yeah, I mean, if you walk around Midtown Manhattan, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just fine. There's just some hot spots you need to avoid, but it's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful place. We do have our problems, but I think it's fine. Hey, Mark says, love this channel, just found it, and I've been watching for a few days, learning so much about the city and finance. Well, Mark, we appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the goal, right? The goal is to not necessarily break the narrative of New York City, because unfortunately nowadays, anytime New York City is in the news, it's in the news for the wrong reasons, right? So I think with a live stream, unedited, right? We don't do any editing. You can see what it's actually like, you know, to walk the city at all times of the day, learn a little bit about the architecture, learn a little bit about the buildings, what's selling, what kind of price per square foot are we talking about, and give a little bit of an update on the financial markets. So that's the goal, and I'm happy you're here. 56 is, hey Tom, when was the last time you were in Staten Island? That's actually a really good question. I like Staten Island a lot. Haven't been there many times, but last year we actually rode the Staten Island ferry on the stream multiple times. However, when I was in college, I used to go there fairly regularly because our college would play the College of Staten Island, CSI, and the only time I've spent, let's say, more than like 3 or 4 hours on Staten Island was when we would travel to play College of Staten Island. But I had a good experience when I was there. You know, no qualms about it, no issues. Now, am I an expert in Staten Island? No, not at all. It's not my wheelhouse. But I mean, if you want to kind of live in the suburbs, as you could call it, you know, Staten Island is like living out in the suburbs while still in New York City. You're not going to have these super tall towers, you know. You're going to be able to have a little bit of land, front yard, backyard, depending on where you are. So it's nice. It's fairly nice. Oh, Lance, awesome. Delmonico's is a great place in Lower Manhattan. Have a great time there. All right, just gotta plug the phone in. Hey Alex, this is Tom. I found your channel from your Stuytown. Thinking of moving there this summer. Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you in New York City. New York City is a great place to be, great place to move. Maybe we'll have, you know what? I haven't done a walking tour of Stuytown in a long time. I will have to maybe record another one or do a live stream there. When was the last time we streamed over there? I'm trying to think. Yeah, not for a long time. This is the Mizuho trading floor right here. So this is their sales and trading floor at Mizuho, which is actually a Japanese investment bank. Right at Ted's Steakhouse, and you also have the Capitol Grill, which is a great spot. If you're looking for a good place to close deals, get things done, I have two recommendations in Midtown Manhattan. Number one would be Del Frisco's. That's a great place. Great spot. And number two, the Capitol Grill here. It's a fun environment, good steakhouses, a little bit pricey, but I think it's worth it if you're, taking out clients or something like that. Both of those establishments are pretty good. Again, you can see all the Bloomberg terminals on the trading floor at Mizuho here. Yeah, fun feats of Stuytown rent is outrageous. There's actually some pretty good deals on the market right now for purchasing. But yeah, if anybody needs help, moving to New York City or moving out, buying or selling, let me know. I'll help you out. I work for one of the most successful real estate sales teams in New York City, the Kirsten Jordan team at Douglas Elliman, and that's what we do all day, every day. So we'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction. We know all the buildings. We know what buildings are good, not good, in terms of purchasing, right? Because what I say is, if you're going to purchase an apartment here, you need to think about resale value as well. So very important. This is the French investment bank. This is BNP Paribas. But you need to think about resale value. So even though you may love the apartment, you'd be head over heels for it, in the back of your mind, you need to also think about your exit opportunity. Would other people like this? Is it a weird layout? How many elevators are in the building? If there's 250 units or 400 units and there's only 4 elevators, well, when you go to show the apartment, when you sell it, it's going to take like a year for you to get up to the spot, and that's going to leave a bad impression on the buyer. So all those things you need to think about, and know which buildings are good, which buildings are not. Some buildings have good reputations, others have bad reputations. Tom M. So you're disappointed with the New York City DA and how he handled the migrant police attack? Yes, I am. Quite disappointed. But if you guys are enjoying the live stream so far tonight, you can feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. We go live every night, usually starting at 8:30, but tonight we're a little bit early. And if you want to have a behind the scenes look at some of our listings, we always post a video tour highlighting one of our listings in our newsletter. So if you want to subscribe to that, just scan the QR code on your screen and punch in your email, and you will be signed up to receive our free investing newsletter. And at the very bottom of the newsletter, you can check out some of our listings, full video tours. This is looking all the way down into Times Square past the Barclays Investment Bank. And then this is looking uptown towards Central Park Tower, 220 Central Park South, and Columbus Circle. Hey, LaFresh Sinatra, happy Friday to you. Sharon Williams is joining us. Thanks so much. John Sunderland, Good to see you. I think some of them know about it. Amano said, what happened to the other channel that you were about to start? Work in progress. Work in progress. I know I shouldn't procrastinate on it, but I've been so busy. I've been crushed, swamped. So we'll see. It's coming. It's coming soon. I think I see 2 dinosaurs in the distance. You guys see that? I don't know what's that's all about. This looks like Halloween, but it's not Halloween anymore. Hey, Sabrina Fair, what's up? Good to see you. Fascinating. Very, very fascinating. All right, let's cross. See what's going on here. This is M Social. They have a pretty big rooftop bar here. Not a big consumer of alcohol, but this is a pretty nice rooftop bar. This is Gallagher's Steaks. Look at all that dry aged meat. That's insane. Hey, this is outside Gallagher's Steakhouse. Amazing. Amazing. Hey, Jerry says, hey Tom, I just subscribed, enjoy the Super Bowl. Oh, Jerry, you know what? I just found out today, I had no idea, the Super Bowl is this Sunday. I'm totally oblivious when it comes to football, but you're right. This Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday. Now who's in it? Who's playing? San Francisco 49ers, right? And who's the other team? Now San Francisco, right? Apparently is the most watched team due to the quarterback, or this young guy, young kid. I think he's the best quarterback to ever live, right? Again, I don't know about football, but Patrick Mahomes. I can really only name a handful of NFL players. It's probably him, Patrick Mahomes. Oh, the Chiefs. He plays for the Chiefs. See, I don't know. Kansas City Chiefs. Got it. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes and then the Travis Kelce, right? Because that's the gentleman who's dating Taylor Swift. Those are really the only two I know. And I think they're two of the best players. I don't think I could name anybody on the 49ers. San Francisco 49ers, let me try. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can name one guy. Or girl. You never know these days. Anyway, let's continue down to Restaurant Row. This is where one of my favorite restaurants is. Becco, B-E-C-C-O. Great Italian restaurant. Doesn't have the greatest food, but it's a fun time. It's a very, very fun time. This is the Carnegie Diner. Oh, let me get the QR code out of the way. I completely forgot about that. Terry Wallace is when will you return to Miami? Hopefully the last week of February I will be back in Miami, Florida. Hopefully. We should. But I'm renting out my place. So the only time I'm going to be down there is if I have to change it out. You know, change out the tenant. So if we continue to the right, this is going to bring us to Hell's Kitchen. This is a very, very fun neighborhood in the city. Lots of restaurants, lots of bars. Someone says, hey Tom, you're going to be streaming the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Probably not, to be just totally blunt and honest. I'm not a big crowds guy. I don't really do well in crowds. But I'll definitely be watching it. I'll probably be watching it on somebody else's stream. I love how the city did this. Now, they didn't technically expand the sidewalk, but they closed this down to vehicle traffic. The city is so much better when you have more walkable space and dedicated bike lanes. So if you're a cyclist, this is going to be very safe for you. Hey Ike, so I really enjoyed the stream. This is my first visit. Thank you, Ike. We appreciate it, and thank you for being here. Maybe we'll take a look, or take a little bit of a walk over to Hell's Kitchen. Now, I think there's a big police presence here tonight, as you can tell. Apparently, I had no idea. I think there was a shooting in Times Square last night, right around the time when we were streaming. There was I guess, a failed robbery attempt, and a tourist unfortunately got caught in the crossfire. I think he or she is okay, but I think there was some collateral damage here. That's why you're going to see a lot of police activity. These two NYPD mounted units here. It's kind of cool to see the mounted units in Times Square. Everything in Miami. What's up? Yeah, we got an early stream. I have an event to go to tonight, and then I'll be back in the office working late. But look, things are picking up. The market's picking up. I've been busy, and busy is good. So I thank God. Thank you, God. Busy is good. I'll never complain about being busy. All right, this is 46th Street. This is Restaurant Row. This is a really fun neighborhood. This is a really, really fun neighborhood in New York City. It's right off of Times Square. Lots of great restaurants here. One of which is called Becco. We'll see how packed it is at Becco tonight. I don't know if you guys could feel the energy through the stream, but the city is on fire tonight. For a Friday night in February, you know, it's 50 degrees today. Everybody's out, everybody's having a good time. It's as if everybody, all the New Yorkers are coming out of hibernation for the weekend because it's nice weather for once. JG says, does the news sensationalize the crime? There's some sensationalism, but it is real. The crime happens. It's not like it's fake news, but it's in isolated locations. But the city does need to clean that up. And I think they will. I think the city will clean it up in time. It's really on public transportation is the issue. This week I had many issues on public transit. It's like I dread taking the train. All right, here we are, my friends. Here it is. Becco. This is a great place. Now they have an upstairs, downstairs dining as well. I usually get the same thing every time. It's a pasta trio, and you can choose between an antipasta or a salad. It's not bad. It's $34.95. Antipasta, and then you get 3 pastas unlimited for 35 bucks. That's actually not a bad deal. If you eat somewhere inside Times Square, it's going to be like double that price. So that's actually not bad at all. And it's fun in there. It's a good environment. It's good atmosphere. Pressing on to Hell's Kitchen now. Headed towards the west side of Manhattan. 9th Avenue. See what this place is. That wasn't nice of that guy to say that.
What, bitch? Who are they talking about?
You could just say, hey, you know, excuse me. Everybody's got to be a big shot, you know? Everybody's got to be a big shot. Big tough guy on his little city bike. Now, this used to be a pizza spot here, where the Hudson Bagel is. Let's see what that is. Oh wow, this is a cool angle, guys. So you see these two stacks here, these two buildings right here, 1 and 2. Now, Related Properties Group built that building. Is the AOL Time Warner Center. But now, Deutsche Bank, which is a German investment bank, it's publicly traded under the ticker symbol DB. They have now moved into the building. So it's called Deutsche Bank Center. And Deutsche Bank was the last standing investment bank on the physical street of Wall Street. The address used to be 60 Wall Street. They've now vacated that building. And I think that's going to be a big condo conversion too. So usually we see it from the other side. It's kind of cool seeing it from the west side. So you could see Deutsche Bank Center. You could see just the top of 220 Central Park South. And then you have the most expensive building, Central Park Tower, that was developed by Extel, EXTLL. Now the CEO and founder of Extel is Gary Burnett. And he pioneered Billionaires Row with 157. So 157 West 57th Street. That's the building that has the Park Hyatt Hotel inside. So Extel developed 157 and Central Park Tower. Amazing buildings. The duplex that's almost at the very top of Central Park Tower just sold for about 110 million. Its last asking price was 149.5, and I think it just sold at 110 million. Incredible. And it's amazing even to be able to fathom that, right? To afford a $110 million apartment. Now you're considered ultra high net worth if you have a total net worth of 110 million, but just spending that on an apartment, I mean, that's next level stuff. That's next level stuff, my friends.
I'm very sick right now.
James M's is dirty money. That's how. Not in all cases. Not in all cases. Michael Dell, right? Who's one of the greatest American entrepreneurs ever, owns in 157. Doesn't own a $110 million apartment, but it's up there, right? You know, it's a lot of entrepreneurs. Not everybody is, you know, laundering money through those. There are those one-off deals that'll catch the headlines. That guy's a nut. There are some of those deals that'll catch the headlines, right? But, you know, oftentimes it's just really successful entrepreneurs. Really successful people. You know, Robert Herjavec, I'm not sure if anybody's heard of that name. He is a shark on the Shark Tank. He made the majority of his money in cybersecurity. He owns a cybersecurity company. And I believe he recently bought a unit, a resale unit, at 157. I think it was like 13 million, 13.5, and he got a good deal on it too. I think he bought it when we had that mini flash crash in New York City during the pandemic. That's a good buy. I think he has one of the A-line units, and the A-line at 157 overlooks the park. It's a good deal. I've always said anything surrounding Central Park south of 66th Street is probably always going to hold its value. I mean, people just love to be around the park, including me, you know? All right, let's go up to 57th, then we'll call it a night here. Hey, Colton Manning, what's up? Good to see you. Question asked Dave. Trust you're well, Dave. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Oh, I think the guy
Streaming out here,
maybe he doesn't have a license plate. That's been a big issue in the city as of late. You know, those moped guys riding around on the scooter with no plates. I think the NYPD has been cracking down on that. Lots of traffic. This is all the traffic headed to the tunnel to head out to New Jersey. 9th Avenue is pretty much bumper to bumper gridlock tonight. But first impressions, what do you guys think of the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood in New York City? It's very lively. There's a lot of bars. Not for everybody, right? I don't know if this is a place where you want to raise kids just because it's too loud. But if you're, you know, a young working professional, this is a lot of fun. I mean, there's a bar, a restaurant on every single corner. I mean, it's a very vibrant neighborhood. Not for everybody, right? But very, very vibrant neighborhood, particularly younger crowd. It's cool. I like it. But everybody, I think I gotta cut you all loose tonight. I gotta head to this event, but I just wanted to pop on, say hello to everybody, wish you all a fantastic weekend, and we'll meet again tomorrow. So enjoy the weekend, happy Friday, happy Super Bowl weekend, and we will see you right back here tomorrow. If you guys want to stay up to date on everything New York City real estate and the financial markets, we do write a bi-weekly newsletter. So if you scan the QR code on your screen and punch in your email, you will be subscribed to our Substack, and we publish every other Thursday right as the market closes. We have about 2 years of archived research on there for free for anybody to check it out. And if you're looking to move to New York City, or you have a place here and you're looking for somebody to sell it, reach out to us here at the Kirsten Jordan team at Douglas Elliman. We'll see you all tomorrow. Tom Barry, thank you so much. DM, we will be in touch. I apologize for today. Abdullah, Wendy England, my good friend Hawaii as always. Thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend in Hawaii. Joseph Hardaway, Western Mass Dave, DA, all of our new subscribers, appreciate all of you. And there's always a bull market somewhere. You just need to know where to look. Maybe it's in Hell's Kitchen. You never know. All right, take care.